Okay, let me tell you about an exercise. Okay, let me tell you about an exercise of how to make yourself happy or how to get rid of depression. Depression, something you can't see, something you can feel, something that affects you, something that doesn't really exist that can affect you. Depression, thoughts maybe, feeling. Now, since we can't see it, we have to imagine that we can see it. We have to give it a face. Depression. Depression to me has a face because I put one on it. I invented one for it. My face is kind of like droopy, the one I made for it. It looks kind of like the face in The Outer Limits, where the mouth droops like this. And the eyes are kind of baggy. So it looks like one up, down, and the nose goes out like this. And he has a sad look. Maybe like that. Anyway, that's his face, and it's kind of sad. But he comes around and visits me once in a while. And I used to, in the beginning, I used to make him come in the room in my imagination. And I would go behind him, start hitting him with a bat. Bam, 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 bam. That guy was beat the heck out of that guy until finally he couldn't move, stay in the floor, blood everywhere, and kind of relieves me, so I don't think of him. Because every time I think of him, he's on the floor laying down. I did this for a long time, maybe months. And I would imagine him blowing up with nuclear bombs. I would imagine him drowning him. All kinds of things I used to do to this guy. I did that for a long time, and then finally he kept coming around. I keep messing him up. And one day, I started to feel sorry for this guy. So I let him in. Same room. For the clubbing. But this time, I didn't do it. I just let him sit there in the corner. Get used to him being around. Didn't go anywhere near him. I don't want him near me. Still in the room, got my eye on you. Then, after a long while of that, he no longer affected me. Doesn't bother me. He just sits in there. And I started making friends with him. Say hi. How you doing today? Look good. Stay back. Got my eye on you. So stay right there. Don't you move. But have a nice day. And it went on for there a little bit. Then I started, poor guy, he's just sitting there, droopy-eyed, bag, looking sad. didn't move, didn't do nothing. So I figured this guy was no longer a threat, and I made friends with him. Shook his hands. Hey, come on in and relax. If you want to follow me around a little bit, you're fine. You can follow me around a little bit. He likes me, this guy. Depression. And finally, I got used to him being around. And he doesn't bother me. He just sticks around, you know, gives me hell once in a while. I don't mind. I got used to it. And ever since then, depression has just been part of my life. He comes, he goes. I know he can't stick around. He has to leave sometime. So I welcome him. I don't feed him. He'll find food somewhere else. So I just be his friend. And if I decided to feed him anyway, I'll feed him a little bit. But it's all under control. He's not going to get away with a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm in control of the depression. I'm in control of when I let him in. I'm in control of if I embrace him and welcome him. I control what's going on within my space. The space that as far as my arms can reach. I control this area. Some of that control came from the Aikido, some of that control from the meditations that I used to do, but most of that control came from Jesus. I actually trust that nothing can come into that space between, as far as my arms, because I'm Jesus' brother, the Son of the Father. And Jesus told us to pray for him, for his Father, our Father who art in heaven. And also, oh yeah, Jesus did something for us. He did it, and he said the words, Father, it's finished. That's what he said. And what he said sticks then, it sticks now. It's finished. I'm as clean as the day that Father made me. So I got no worries there. I got no worries with depression. I get no worries anywhere around me. I control what I feel. First it started with tricking the mind. Then it started tricking the subconscious. You know, all these exercises that I used to do when I used to beat up that poor guy. Depression. Those were just exercises. I kind of wanted to beat him up real bad. Now he's my friend. He actually helps once in a while. Balance things out. You can't be happy all the time. But I pretty much am. Because I know I'm in control. Yeah, control. What else about depression? That's about all I can tell you. I like him. He's a cool guy. He makes me work when I'm depressed. I freaking work. Okay, do some exercise. First, invite him into your room. Beat the hell out of him with a bat. That'll make you feel good. Then later you gotta feel, you know, it's getting old, and you gotta start making friends and start inviting him in. Start loving him. Start bringing him into your heart. Then you become one. Then you become very powerful, actually. Nothing can get you down because you control the getting down. Oh man, I had something in my mind. Oh, mistakes. That's another one. Mistakes has a face. You could do the same thing to that guy. Alright, do some exercise.